everyone, and thank you for coming again to my channel, or our channel, I should say, because it is for my gift for gabs, my gabbers, my gifts. Anyway, thank you for coming to Deb Chanel's 48 World, and we're going to be reviewing today K. Michelle, My Life, Season 2, Episode 7, and the title of this is Piper Takes, what is it? Piper Takes the Pole. And all the thing that's solidifying is just having K. Michelle reminisce on being a pole dancer and a stripper at a club here in Atlanta called Flashers. I don't know about that club. I know about Magic City. And shoot, that's the only one that come to mind. But anyway, it was refreshing to know that she's going back, reminiscing on how far she has come as a human being and a person trying to make it in the industry and turning her life totally around, going on getting that college education, and just doing the darn thing. Love the girl. Love that girl. She's too cute, too special, and I hope she knows how special she is. But let's get on into it. Again, like the title's called, Piper Takes the Pole. Piper is K. Michelle's stage name when she was pole dancing or being a stripper at a club. Again, this is episode 7, season 2. The scene takes back, I'm thinking it, because it said Vitello's studio in LA, but it seems like it was a restaurant slash bar eatery that she was at. So I'm kind of confused about the wording of the Vitello's thing, because people always name different entities or organizations certain things, and one has nothing to do with the name of the organization. Sometimes it happens like that, and this time I think it pretty much did. But K. Michelle is waiting for Jonathan at a restaurant, and so she can go over some things and get his take on it, as well as her wanting him to follow her on an excursion back to Atlanta, that she wants him to follow her as well. But Jonathan finally comes with his cute self, and you can see I'm biased about this this particular show. But I mean, like, again, Jonathan is one friend that embodies everything you want in a friend. He's a ride or die person. He don't care if you were in the wrong about something. He's still gonna back you, even though on the sideline when everything's done and said, and probably in between it coming to an end, he gonna cuss you out too. He gonna let you know where you were wrong in a situation. But knowing we are all human, we all fall down. We all fall short of the grace of God and the life that He wants us to live. And we have to pray all the time for forgiveness, because, even when we think a thought and we don't actually speak it, we've sinned if it goes against what our Father wants for us in heaven. So he's a ride or die person. I'm telling you, he's just a ride or die. But, he loves himself some K. Michelle, probably more than he loves himself. And that is a problem within itself, because you're not supposed to honor or put somebody on such a pedestal. But I can see where he's going with that. But it's all in great humor, great fun. But, he don't want anybody messing with her, because, again, when you mess with her, you messing with him on a personal level and a business level when you come messing with his money. So, he has a really strong protection when it comes to her, and I'm just here for it all day, every day. He's going on to tell him, that she's investing, or she has invested into a lot of different entities, because she know the industry with her singing is not going to be there all the time. And definitely you have new artists coming up every day that's going to take their place in some part of the business where once were held at a certain high standard that in the industry when it comes to making music, that she's not going to always be sitting there and holding those reins. She recognizes that she got to have several revenue streams in order for her to be able to walk away from the business but still be able to maintain this type of style of living, and different things she's afforded to do while she's working, she still want to be able to maintain that type of solidification, and may know any parts of her life be affected where she can't continue to do what she's doing when she's working and grinding real hard, that when she's being, stagnant and don't really have anything going on, she's still gonna be able to enjoy her life. So, she's discussing with Jonathan some of the ideas she had brought across to her accountant. And of course, her accountant is investing her money real well. She's seeing great returns, and she wanted to get her take on opening up a hookah bar, which, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like a smoking little bar, but you're smoking non-tobacco type products and you're still having a good time. And she wants to do that here in Atlanta, and she found a really cute spot, but she don't really know all the finalities and the ins and outs. She just found a location that she likes, and she found a little building that she knows she's gonna have to remodel from ground up. It's almost like gutting the whole thing and it becoming a shell, and then she's putting back new and improved stuff to make the building that she wants, that she sees in her visions or envisions in her head, that she wanted to be the end result. So she tells Jonathan that she's gonna have to go back to the ATL, where it all started, but yeah, she's wanting to go back to where her roots are, as well as her money makers are. She know Atlanta had put her on top, has set her on fire in a good way, and that she wants to go back and show love and be around that type of love. But she wants to have Jonathan to come back with her. And then she's wanting to take in some personal business of one of her friends, or her rapper friends, has not been either returning phone calls and have pretty much blocked her from all social media of interactions that she could have with her. And she's like, well, I ain't did nothing to her. And I'm just not understanding, but I'm going to go out and find out and look her up and get those questions answered when I go and talk with my interior design person or property manager about the hookah bar. We're going to do that. And then I want to go back to my humble beginnings, where everything pretty much started for me. She was talking about Flashers nightclub, stripper club, where she often patrons after the fact that she's become a solidified music star in her own rights, of where she's become. Well, not what has she become, but where she's come from as well. So she always tries to visit it on a regular basis when she feels she's getting the big head, and she needs to come back, and lower herself to let herself know that all of this can be taken away at a drop of a hat or a dime, and she needs to stay humble. And that makes her feel better when she knows she has come a long way from stripping and, letting her body be shown, and she's acting in, just a bad light. That she doesn't have to do that anymore, because she's risen above all that, and she's become a very good vocal artist in the music industry, and she has just so much that she didn't have when she was trying to work her way through school and take care of a child she had born into the world. So it really gives her homage, and it makes her feel good to know that if she was that down and out, and she struggled and sacrificed and then got out to where she is now, that's showing her something on a daily basis, that she can remember where she came from, and she wants to be that person that anyone can take her experience and grow from it and learn from it and not make the same mistakes. So I'm glad she's bringing that on television to uplift other women that have been in her situation or still are in her situation, and know that there can be a silver lining after so much poverty and just feeling bad about yourself and where you are at that moment. that you can, rise up above all that with a lot of hard work and dedication and believing in yourself. So that was a good showpiece that she just showed us, and she was telling Jonathan about. He's like, okay, okay, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Yes, road trip, because he knows all gonna be all expense paid and everything, and he's gonna be in the lap of luxury, just right along, right along with her. But she did tell him that she had named her bar Puffy or Puff, so I thought that was cute, and she was showing him little pictures of how she wanted her decorations to be on the inside. So I was like, all right. And then she also said that she had to take care of some music business as well, because she's meeting with some producers who wants her to take a look at some of the tracks that they made for her for her upcoming album, whether she wants to use them and sing on the material that they've written up for. So she has, a lot on her plate, but all of it is centered in Atlanta. And, she knows Atlanta like the back of her hand. And she's been wanting to come back anyway. Because at first I thought she just was ready, just got tired of us, and she just wanted to move on. But that says a lot about Atlanta and their southern hospitality. So that's good to know. So it goes back to where it goes to commercial, and then it comes back where K. Michelle and Jonathan are visiting this. At first, I didn't know what it was. I knew it was a medical facility, but it's a place where you can go get surgery done, but it's not surgery that has to take place outside of the hospital or inside of a hospital, and it's minor surgery where there's no carving or cutting on or using lasering. There's more so, or at least I don't think it was no lasering. It might have been lasering too, but not have been like major lasering, because she had bags under her eyes, and she really feels that she has to give her fans as well as herself 100%, and she has to be a diva every day 100%, but a nice diva, just she looking good from head to toe, in other words. But and she's been keeping up with her weight, looking good and all that, but she was just saying she had bags under her eyes and she can't stand it. But her rationale for it, she really feels some female that she knows real well that don't like her, that don't want to see her rise any further than what she is. She's wishing for her downfall, and she's just plainly said, I really believe this woman put a hex on me. Meaning using voodoo curses and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay, Kay. I'm not even going to go there with you, even though I know you had made some reference to it when you were here in Atlanta. Atlanta, and you was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and you was just going through this thing about you were putting, I don't know, it was temper time around her house or bleach. It was something to keep a man there or something, or in love with you. She had to put it all around the house. And I don't know what Kay was doing, Lord. I don't know what she was doing, Lord. But anyway, she went there to try to get the bags removed. I don't know how long. I want to say the procedure took almost 30 minutes. And it was just numbing her, numbing the area around her eye where the bags were. And he was, I want to say he was injecting Botox in her, but I'm not really sure, so don't quote me on it. But it was basically something where it would relieve the bulging of the lower parts of the skin under her eye, and it looked more puffy in a way where it was attributing positively and not negatively. So I was there for it. I don't know how much she paid for it, but I'm sure it was a lot of money. But she had that done, and she was okay. And then she said, curse removed. I like, girl, gone. But again, we're still, back. The commercial it goes to commercial. She's back, filming on her and Jonathan again. She has left LA. She's gone and made it back to Georgia. And she, like I said, she's went to go visit old friends, old facilities, and we're just everything. So because she was very excited, and they were showing different landmarks in Atlanta, mostly downtown, just giving you a spiel that she's back, and she's gonna be handling business. Hold on. Hey, I'm taping right now. Are you at home? I'm taping videos for my show. Well, I'll call you back when I finish taping. I'm almost done. Bye bye. Sorry about that, guys. I was talking long distance to my cousin. I haven't heard from him in a while, and he's just checking on me, bless his heart, to see how everything's going with me not having a job and this, that, and the other. And my mom has, been kind of ill, so he's just trying to check on his little older cousin. So please forgive me for that. If it wasn't a long distance phone call, I wouldn't put y'all on hold. But I like for y'all to see what I'm doing. when I'm doing it, I don't want to just cut you off and then come back. It'd be like a pause of that. So forgive me for that. But like I said, she's back in K Michelle is back in Atlanta, and she's her first business of the day is going to check on her hookah bar location, and she goes with Jonathan there, and she's just trying to have him envision what is to come and this, that, and that. And Jonathan was looking at her like she was crazy, and he was looking at the facility itself, and he was like, "Okay, this is a whole and a wild mess." He didn't say it in those words, but that's why I took it, because I didn't remember verbatim what he said, so I don't want to misquote him. But the gist of it was that he like, "Girl, get your money back. I don't like the area it's in. I don't like this particular scene. And are you serious? Are you gonna waste 100,000 in this mess of a place?" And she's like, "Oh, Jonathan, you don't know." What you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. This is, I showed you the pictures, man. And da. Anyway, after that little spiel, Carly Red walks up into the place. Now, this was K Michelle's arch nemesis. She was going around shaking the table and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, wait a minute now. Where did y'all become friends? I know you and Jocelyn, prior to you leaving, y'all was trying to make a friendship out of stuff. And do you know Jocelyn and Carly Red don't like each other? That's going to be a hot mess when you really figure out, the dynamics of that relationship you done got yourself into. Because it's going to be a Bermuda Triangle. Because how can you be cool with Carly Red and then you're trying to be cool with Jocelyn? I mean, is that not the same thing you're having with P. London and Dime Piece? I mean, come on. Your kumbaya, I tell you, it's going to... Gonna be up in flames. Gonna be up in flames trying to choose between all these women and their relationship with you and who's supposed to be seen first. So you got two rappers and then you got two R&B singers. Oh, I digress, Kay. I digress. Because somehow I know you can still come out of it smelling like a rose, and everybody's gonna be happy because they want to be attached to you. So they know if they're going to be attached, they better walk a very thin line because you ain't got time for drama. So, anyway, Carly Red is there, and she's trying to envision the same thing Jonathan was trying to envision. And she was like, oh, and then she goes on to say, you know what, I'm building my own business too. I am going to be dropping a spot in LA, and then you trying to do something in Georgia. How weird is that? And then when Kate went in her confessional, she was like, yeah, I know y'all wouldn't have thought it, but Carly Red is one of my best and dearest friends, and I just love her to death, and da-da-dee-da-da-da, and, it's going all this mess. And then she was going in to say how many businesses and failed businesses. She did that on fly. She gave a little light shade that Carly Red don't know what the hell she doing with her money. She investing in and everything, and it still don't come up profitable. But oh well, all right, we'll listen to her. So again, she goes in to tell Carly Red is the space that we're looking at pretty much. It's a good size. It really is. It's a good size. But I don't know what she planned on really doing with it. She goes in and tells, she invested 100,000, but how things are transpiring after she met with her interior designer that she's still gonna have to go see. Pretty much it's gonna be a little bit more than what she expected, but she didn't get the number. So she was thinking she knew it was gonna be the 100 grand to try to buy the property, because everything has gone up here in Georgia when it comes to property and the location. And she expected that. She got that just like you just asking for $100. Here, boom, bam. They ain't gonna hurt me. I'll make that back up in 2 shows and more. So she was okay with that. But as we go on through the scenes, to gut that place out, to do what else she need to do, she looking at it from a side view. So, oh, whoa. But she still believes in what she's trying to do. So it's not going to halter anything. It's going to make her cringe a little bit, but it's not going to let her halter in her dreams because it is an investment. And just like she didn't know, she had hoped that when she was a stripper and on dancing on the pole and making her money that way and going to school, that it was going to pay off because she was going to invest in it and she was going to make it pay off. So she's going to have the same type of mentality that she had then about getting out of that stripper whole life of behaving and getting her soul money from that. She's going to turn this bar idea around and have it be something that's growing and profitable for her, so she can throw it up in the faces of the naysayers that it couldn't be done and it couldn't be profitable and all this and that. So like I said, they're going on, looking at Kay's vision for the hookah bar called Puff, and this, that, and the other. But then Carly Red gives Kay some advice on dealing with certain contractors, and she goes on to tell her, that she had actually gave a contractor some money to bring an idea she had into fruition, and the contractor took her money, honey. She met with him, talked with him. He talked a good game, but he pretty much was a scammer. That man had took all her money, honey. I forgot the amount she said that he took from her, but she basically couldn't, do anything. She just lost the money. She couldn't find them, or she didn't want to find them. I don't know. Maybe she felt embarrassed about it, because I never heard of her talking about it. But when it came to her being on the show at Love Hip Hop in Atlanta, so I'm not really sure where that went, or was that her money, or was that Young Jock's money she was messing with at the time, or yeah, who else she used to mess with? I can't remember, but anyway, money was lost. So K Michelle was like, I ain't nobody gonna lose my money because I'm gonna go kick a person's behind. I'll just stay down. She said, well, hey, let me backtrack. I ain't going to jail, but I'm gonna have my cousins, and she was naming names. She was naming government names that they were giving at birth. She was naming nicknames. Like, yeah, she gonna have them go do some work on somebody, but they ain't gonna take her money and then take her for granted. She ain't finna do nothing, none of that. She gonna handle that. You can best believe it. I was all there for her every day, all day. Woo! That girl was tough, but she was talking some truth. You hear me? So, like a sister like me could definitely follow up and be like, yeah, I'm on her bandwagon, honey, because ain't nobody gonna take something from me that I don't work hard for and don't struggle. Girl. That is not a nice look. That'll be like cut the camera off because it's gonna be a misunderstanding, and I don't want nobody seeing what I'm talking about. And I plan on doing. You know what I'm saying? I was there for all day, every day. I was there for. Woo. So then it moves to a scene where we're talking with K Michelle's interior designer, Miss Nicole. And they're just going over everything regarding the new location, the aspects of what it's going to be to purchase the property. And then Miss Nicole was telling Michelle that Michelle, that, hey, look at here, we said we wanted that, we were okay with the price of buying it for that, but after talking with you and doing some things, I had to go talk with other people, and I actually met with a contractor, and they were telling me about these different permits that have to be bought prior to them doing any work, which was a good thing, and Kay was all there for it. Y'all pay the people for that. However, when they came out and did their inspection of the building, they said they had to get everything, which was true. She was expecting that, and her $100,000 investment. And what she wasn't expecting, though, is for them to tell her interior designer, for her interior designer code, tell K Michelle, was that it was going to cost her $225,000. to, honey, rewire that place as well as putting all new plumbing. And Kay was like, what? So you trying to say I'm gonna be out three, 3,000? No, no. You ain't say that. I'm gonna be out $325,000 plus fees and tacked it onto that to get this puff idea rolling. Girl, it took her for a loop. I could see her head spinning all around, all different things going, around in her head, this, that, and the other. But that's just like making a decision whether you want to have a baby or not. You know, it's gonna always be a need. You're gonna always have to nourish that baby, for the longevity of their life. Da 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 da. And she's like, oh, let me see, wait a minute now. I got one child. Mm. It was just a give and take move. That's all I say. It was just a give and take scenario and move, okay? But again, K. Michelle felt comfortable that she could pull this off and she can get her profit back plus some, and she gonna roll with it. So if you can't believe in yourself and your own endeavors and motivate yourself to get this thing done, when you can see it, you can taste it, you can feel it in all of who you are, then hey, it won't be a no-go. But if you speak it in fruition, you speak it out in the atmosphere, you believe it, you can achieve it, you constantly motivate yourself, put the money invested, talk it up, pray about it constantly. Girl, that thing is yours, and I can just see it in fruition. And I would have to go partake, be a patron of that. I don't smoke or anything, but I would definitely go there, have a drink, you know, something non-alcoholic, of course, and just try this little thing, just see what it looks like, take pictures and everything. It's like, God damn it, Kay, you did that thing. And if you don't mind, honey, watch my video that I had made so long ago on it, and I was encouraging you to go and do that thing and that and that and the other. Girl, yes, honey, because when everybody don't see your vision, but you have spoken into the atmosphere, you asked, knocked on the door, asked, it shall be given, honey. You hear me? Yes, Lord. Yes, it will. Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in what you can do for yourself, and let the chips fall where they may, because anything that the Lord wants you to have, can no man or woman take it from you. That's your blessing, honey. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. But anyway, then she goes on to call herself visiting Dime Piece. She trying to figure out why Dime Piece does set up here. Hold on, y'all. She's pretty much trying to figure out why Dime Piece done did this thing, like blocking her on all social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like, how she supposed to keep up with her people? Because she can't see them every day. She don't necessarily want to talk with them on the phone every day. So how she going to keep up with her people? And Dime Piece is like one of her faves back from Memphis in the day, So I was like, okay, I might check her out because I'm in town. She in town. We got to see what we got to do. So she went over to the studio where Dime Piece was recording some tracks or listening to some tracks. They're just working in general on her craft. And they didn't get no love. They didn't love no love to each other. They were looking at each other sideways, upways, backways, and everything. Like, I see you, but I don't trust you no more. Both feelings went mutual. So once they got down to the nitty gritty and all this and that, it all really came down to Paris London, their other friend from Memphis. Dime Piece actually thought that Kay was favoring one friend over the other, even though she had talked with P. London about it in the past, but it wasn't no really big. She really said it really wasn't nothing. She just didn't feel like hanging around her. Wasn't no big deal here or there. But evidently it was a big deal because they were beefing with each other out in the streets back in Memphis. When Paris London was doing a set, and Dime Piece was coming after her, she wouldn't come on the stage with her or anything. She wanted her to lead the whole freaking building before she would get up there and do her thing, which was Dime Piece. So it was really a little bit more serious than what Kay had really felt it was, because she didn't really care. She only really cared about the friendship. She didn't care really how their business dealings were going, because it really wasn't none of her business unless somebody wanted to make it her business. But both friends were kind of hush hush about it. And she knew where she knew where both people were. She knew Dime P, she had left her in Atlanta, and she knew P London was out there with her and not back in Memphis trying to solidify herself in the industry in LA. So, and I think she's still living with Kay as well, I'm thinking. Because they didn't show us any different. But it was just real wild. And she was just letting her know she's not favoring. Kay was telling Dime Piece she's not favoring neither one of over the other. She don't know where she got that opinion from or that perspective, but she was clearing it up. She sees both friends as equal. She really saw Dime Piece a little bit more than she saw P London, because Dime Piece, the hair she was wearing and just how she's really amping her game up. She saw a little bit of her in Dime Piece, so that was a compliment, and Dime Piece received it well. But she was just like, I just don't know where you were coming from, and I didn't really want to, get into some unnecessary beef with you, and people construed it as something else. So I just fell all the way back. In order for me to be able to succeed and keep my head focused and drama free, I just had to cut you off. I didn't want to hear anything about, your dealings, and hearing about and looking on TV when I guess she was catching your show. She didn't want to see P London out there with you and enjoying a good life, being surrounded by a good life, and you introducing her to different record producers and people that can get her signed to a label and all that. She's feeling some kind of way. And, I was there for her. Because, sometimes when you don't ask a person what's going on in their minds, you can assume a lot. And like they say, and it's so very true, what are they saying? An idle mind is a devil workshop, meaning he can incite things that are not there. He can make you think things are going to be a certain way because your perception is wrong of the situation at hand. So, if you're really not investigating, trying to find your own reasoning behind a certain situation that's happening, then, the devil's going to do his due, which was make things a little bit more than what it seems and make you eventually act out of pocket and out of character. So, always, do your due diligence, and anything when it comes to a business perspective or a personal perspective, ask questions. If you're not in a particular atmosphere where you can't be who you are, to ask questions when you deem it necessary, regardless of you talking to a CEO or you talking to somebody that's washing the floors or whatever. They're not allowing you to grow and to understand things better by asking questions, then that's not where you need to be. And that's not need to be, don't need to be around people such as that, because it's going to make you close off to who you are and what makes you up as an individual. Because everybody should be able to explain anything that you have questions about without getting offended or feeling like you're trying to come at them some kind of way, in a negative way. So I was all here for Dime Piece opening up to K. Michelle about the issues that she felt was affecting her. So it seems like they got everything squashed, and she was telling Dime Piece about the avenues that she was trying to, encompass on her own and get things solidified in that nature. And she just wanted her to have her on board because she's coming back to Atlanta. She don't know hard feelings, this, that, and the other. And she wants to be able to kick it with her. So they kind of seemed like they made up. Again, there was no, hugging going on. Just a little laughter here and there. Still a lot of side-eyeing. So we'll just see. We'll catch back up on next episode of what's going on. So the scene moves back to K. Michelle and Jonathan. She's conducted all the business that she had aforementioned that she wanted to do. So her last thing on her, I wouldn't say bucket list, but on her check off list was to go back to Flashers. And of course, it's supposed to be a reality show, but what was the chances of you coming back to Atlanta and you being able to run into an old customer that used to patron you when you were back in the day a stripper. So you know they had to call that man, and Lord, he was a man that I'm like, evidently he had to been looking real. He had to look opposite than what he was looking. Um, that they showed us on film last night. So not to put any pun or shade or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Because to me, he just didn't seem kosher at all. I wasn't feeling him. But anyway, as people age and health reasons or they just don't, I don't care attitude, they end up looking far worse than what they were looking like when they were much younger. So, but anyway, she ran into some guy named Andy that used to always come see her dance at the club Flashers. And, you know, he was just or realizing or reminiscing with her about how far she has come and that he was so proud of her. And Kay was, letting us as the audience know that, she never did anything sexual with this man in any form or fashion. He just liked it, her spirit. He liked it, her ideal of removing herself from a situation that she was currently in by, stripping and dancing. To get her money to go to school and take care of her son. He, felt that she was going to be somebody one day that she wanted to be proud of and could be proud of. And she was going to be very successful. And for her to have brought him back so they both can reminisce together on, look at me now, Andy. Look at me now, dude. And I want to thank you. And I want you to come on to my hookah bar when it first opened up. And I guess she's going to get him the royal treatment. He ain't going to pay for nothing. He's just going to be enjoying the whole scene. And I was there for it. Anybody that was there for you from the ground one when you were down and out and they helped you or they saw your vision and they pushed you and kept encouraging you to get to that point. And she did, and probably many other people in her life that knew her before she became famous, that she always should keep them close and try to do whatever she can for them if they're in a bad situation. Because you never step on somebody that helped you out. You try to uplift them to a better position if they've fallen out for whatever reason. And that's just the common human courtesy, morality speaking out of you, not something that you have to do and you do it for public opinion or scrutinizing for the public to see you in that light when you're really not that way. So I was like, kudos for Kay. Kudos for Kay. So, then it goes on to Jonathan's like, show me what you're working with. Show me what you're working with, Kay. Kay, show me what you're working with. So she told Jonathan to go up there to one of the pole dancers that was up there stripping. Just make it rain on her. So he just went on and took his little ones. So he was just rain, just pushing them out like that, pushing them out like that. But he like, I gotta say some of my ones because I'm gonna make Kay go up here and shake it like it's, shake her money maker like she can't stop it. Shake it like a maker, shake it money maker. He was gonna convince her to go up there and strip for him, which it didn't take much convincing. She wanted to go up there on that pole because she was lusting after it just for old time's sake, see if she still had it. And I was here for it. I'm like, girl, go do your thing because at the end of the day, when it gets where you have to go lay your head, it's all good and gravy up because you have come from that situation with such, made was such a situation that made it better for you to be able to be humble and humble yourself to, this is where I came from, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for delivering me from that, And if he did it for you this, he can do it for you in the hookah bar. So I was like, go girl, go girl. As long as you ain't hurt nobody, you ain't put nobody else down, you staying in your lane doing what you have to do, honey, God will favor you all the time, all day, every day. So just kiss your haters. Kiss your haters. Say, I love you, baby. Yes, I do. Because I ain't letting nobody keep me from getting to heaven. And letting the Lord bless me while I'm here on earth like I'm a queen. Thank you. All right. Saw it, heard it, envisioned it, blessed it. Hey, it is and it shall be. But, yeah. Kay went on up there. Took Jonathan up there on stage with her. And she was just rocking it. snaking the pole, dropping like it's hot on the lady, and this, that, and that. And she was just so happy. And I just love to see her smile and laugh. It's just infectious, I tell you. Just seeing where she was coming from, where it came from, to where she is now. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And then still patroning the company or organization that got her started, even if it wasn't what she wanted to do. But at the time, she had to do what she had to do. She had to provide for herself, her son, and educate herself as well. And this is where she's at. So she can definitely always use her smarts. I'm not really sure what she went to school for and graduated college from. But we know she graduated, and it's a 4-year bachelor's degree. But that's all I know pretty much about it. I might have to do my own research. But anyway, she's a very educated woman. She's at the top of her game in the music industry, and she's making money, and she doesn't have to go and resort back to that type of lifestyle. So that's always a good thing. So, and that was pretty much it for that, guys. And like I said, her name was Piper. Her stage name. I'm like, really? At Flasher's Night Stripper Club. Okay. And then she goes back to say, her labor of love is Puff, the hookah bar. She wants to see it succeed. That's her baby she's going to give birth to soon. And it's going to be everything that she wanted and desired into having in a business. So she didn't talk about other businesses she had, but she let us know she got some things in the work, and she and her accountant are making it rain and setting it up for her retirement, where she can still live the lifestyle that she's having to live now in her future. But her accountant really don't know about this bar deal coming into fruition, even though it's Kay's money. And she right, she can do whatever she want to, because she making her accountant money, so she can do what she want. But her accountant really felt really strong about her not doing something like that, because it isn't an easy feat to operate a bar slash food eatery type of organization, or just a restaurant period, or a bar period. It's just a lot that goes into it. But like I said, Kay's not a dumb person. She knows a lot of people, and they can help her along the way if they mean her good. But like I said, she got to believe in herself, and she has to do a lot more homework than just taking the word of what someone else is telling her, to be able to stay up on the game. And they know she's not a dumb chick, or she's not a dumb woman. She knows. She's just making sure you're going to tell her the truth, because she knows the answer already. But she's going to see how far you can come to the truth with her on the situation that she's dealing with you when she's talking about business and making money. So I commend her. I love the episode. I love watching her on film. It gives me another whole side to who she is, what she's about, and how she runs her life. So kudos, young lady. I don't know if I could have done it, because I'm not that type of I'm an outgoing person, but just to be on TV, people following me all the time, I just don't know what that feels like, because I'm showing my face, of course, and I'm giving you my honesty as much as I can, that I would give anyone else that's dealing with me on an everyday basis and interacting with me in person, and not just behind a computer screen or a camera, because I just don't know. I'm not having anybody following me, my every step. When I leave you all, I've already pretty much left you. You don't see me walking, with a long t-shirt on. The only thing I have, is my underwear underneath, or I'm just going downstairs to get some juice and y'all filming me, and I'm in the kitchen. I just don't know the whole dynamics, and if I'm really ready for that type of lifestyle. But, as I grow older, I learn certain things I'm going to accept in my life, and some things I'm not. Some things I want for my business aspect, and things I'm willing to do, and some things I'm not. Same as in my personal life. I know what type of person I want in my life, and if I can't get that particular person, and you're not going to find everything within a personal relationship that you would ideal want to have. I mean, if I get 3 of the 5 things, or 6 things, 7 things I want, then I'm cool. As long as I know that person is going to be down for me on every aspect of what I want out of life. And, if it means settling in a positive way, because this person can interject a lot more than what they're giving, and they individual, and they in the turn, or at the end of the day, they're there for you. They're listening to you and they're giving you great advice. I mean, that's the kind of person you're willing to wait on, even if it's a lifetime, because nobody else would do. So, uh, that's just thought for the moment. Food for thought. But like I said, I enjoyed watching K Michelle last night. I enjoy watching her coming up next week, and probably until she goes off the airwaves, or she stops singing, one way or the other. Um, Glad she did a show like this to show us who she are and how she's handling her life. And I tell you, these people that get on reality TV shows just out, I commend them all, because at her age, I don't know, I wasn't that open with my life and trying to share. So kudos, kudos. But I will see y'all next review, which I think I'm going to be doing Stephen and Jocelyn. That's another favorite of mine. Hope you all tune in. Be blessed, stay vigilant, and always stay encouraged. And get some exercise in, because I gave up that outside exercise. I'm been exercising inside with my treadmill and my stationary bike. And I'm going to try to lose it that way. Try to get some vlogging in on that too, so y'all can see I ain't out there, because there's so many bugs out there, and the stuff done bloomed outside, and I'm allergic to all of that. So I think I'm gonna stay inside where it's cool and exercise in the house, and we're gonna tell you how those pounds drop off. I definitely have gotten to where I'm not drinking 2 and 3 sodas a day. I've got down to 1, and I'm filling up with water. I think that's because the winter time and the cold season is gone, and I know the sodas, they dehydrate you, and you never get that feeling of quenched. So I know only water can do that. So I'm kind of glad that the summertime is coming back around, only for that aspect, because I don't really drink a lot of soda in the summertime. So kudos, kudos, kudos. Have a nice afternoon. Have a nice evening. Or, well, you ain't watching me in the morning time, I wouldn't think. But whenever you're watching me, be blessed. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.